Hello, dear friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Here comes another information from our Victory Voice TV, where you get all those news that matter to us. Thank God it's Friday. Happy weekend to you all. Yes, our Prime Minister said that the legal team, they have actually tried. Yes, but their best. They've done their best. But it seems and it's obvious that they cannot get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of Nigeria dungeon. Nigeria is a contraption full of wickedness, full of injustices, full of lawlessness, lawless country. That is why anything legal will not go. But we must continue to press the right button. I gana ako igwe. I gana ako igwe. Yes, a time will come when they will by themselves release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they are using delay tactics to make sure that Mazi is not alive or will not survive. But we have something that they don't know. And I want you to listen to this discussion and analytics. I got it, and I know this brother did very, very well concerning this matter. Please, let's join this conversation. Thank you.
Worry no more. You've done your best possible in the Zoo Republic. My fellow Biafrans, as we speak today, I am going to show you what the legal team is saying. The man they chose to hold, the man they chose to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, all because he was speaking for the liberation of his people with his mouth, with his tongue. They went all the way to Kenya to kidnap him. Today you will see what ISWAB, Boko Haram, the Fulani killer headsmen are doing in Nigeria during the time of their, breaking their fasts. The Muslims celebration, the Eid Fitri, or what they call it. You will see the Muslims, the Fulani headsmen, Boko Haram, ISWAP, and the rest of them. They are also observing their own. And no policeman is there to catch them. No policeman is there to catch them. No army, no DSS is there to catch them. They are in a big field in Zamfara State, doing their prayers, breaking their fast, and celebrating the Eid al-Fitr. It beats my imagination. That can only happen in a zoo republic where elephants can fly. So if you are with me, let us listen to the key words or statements made by Nnamdi Kanu's legal team. 2 or 3 of them. And afterwards, I will show you what the other people are doing. The kidnappers, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, and the rest of them. I will show you how they are having a feel good time. They are in the spirit praying to their God. Without the DSS, the army, the police coming close to arrest them. They are in an open field praying with their AK-47 by their side, and nobody is there to drop a bomb or to arrest them. That shows you the kind of country you are in. If you are with me, let us go there. Listen.
You never obeyed court orders, and we will not take it from him that because of his mentality, because of his military background. Now that we have a Democrat, I'm talking about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is a Democrat. I worked with him as a student during Nadeko.
Okay.
When my uncle, Prof. Edward Oproji, was there, and we worked together. So we felt that as a Democrat he's supposed to reveal all the atrocities that is being committed by President Muhammad Buhari. Then, now, instead of him going by his renewed hope agenda to reveal all this, I said, no, when you are calling an organization that is not a terrorist organization in your country, you are destroying the country. And that was one of the worst acts and the decisions taken by Buhari and the Attorney General of the Federation, Malami. The worst SAN I have ever seen in the whole world. Now that you don't declare somebody, an organization in your own country, a terrorist organization, you are now impliedly telling people that you are a terrorist country, and the people should not come to invest.
Hold it there first. You just made a very good point, my barrister. You said when you were a student, you worked with Tinubu during the Nadeko time. Unfortunately, I'm here to say this, that as sad as it may sound, looking at the way Tinubu is operating now, I can confidently say the great Chief MKO Abiola died in vain. He died in vain because if he had known the kind of criminals he was dealing with, if he had known the chameleons around him in Nadeko telling him to fight the military junta, he never knew they had their own selfish interest. They left him there to die. They left him to dry out, while the rest of them, they are the ones now gaining. If Tinubu was a so-called member of Nadeko, those who were fighting for what? Democracy and the rule of law. Suddenly, in the time of Tinubu, is when this is happening in that Zoo Republic. The highest level of tribalism I have seen in my life is happening in the time of Tinubu. That tells me Chief MK Abiola died in vain, because if he had known he was dealing with criminals all around him, he would have washed his hands off. He would have known that fight wasn't a good fight. Because what is the purpose? Right now you have somebody who was one of the so-called pioneers of Nadeko as your president in that zoo. Is he standing on the shoulders of Chief MK Abiola? No, because look at what he's doing in power. With all due respect, I love my brother, Chief Sunday Igboho. With all due respect, I respect Showore. But can you all see the game this man is playing? The highest level of tribalism, which shows that we are not one people. It shows we are not one nation, because he came into power and suddenly he has released his own people from power. But Nnamdi Kanu is still being held. This man has just said that he worked with Tinubu during the time of Nadeko. I hope your eyes is now clear, Mr. Barrister. I hope you now know the person you are dealing with. Because they are all there for their selfish interests. You guys should know that. Do not assume that everybody fighting with you is your friend. Most of them, they are there for selfish interest. They are there for selfish interest.
For declaring an organization, terrorist organization, are being provided. You did not declare Mieti Allah, herdsmen. You did not declare them terrorists. See now, an IPOB that you know that never carried arms. IPOB that know that they are following everything procedurally. You now declared. So it is not late. People have been asking, what is the president doing? Mr. President, of course, I never believed in your administration based on your antecedent in Lagos as a governor. That's why I work against you. I voted against you. If opportunity for that it is offense, I will still work against you. But now, you still have an opportunity to amend your ways. Look at all those decisions President Buhari took in respect of this Nnamdi Kanu matter and the IPOB matter. Look at a way you can apply political solution. Of course, if all those things that gave rise to this particular agitation is being addressed, I don't think that there will be need for agitation. But
My brother, hold on there. You see, this thing you are saying, I get you. I get your point. But I need you to understand that Tinubu is not the one in power. I'll be a liar to you if I tell you that Tinubu has the power to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because he's not the one at the helm of affairs. Those who are the rulers of Nigeria were the ones that sent the military to Okwama. And just yesterday now, the military in Okwama, they are having their own hearing. They want to call the two communities to come and sit down and discuss what happened. The military, not the governor, not an independent party, not an independent institution coming to investigate to know what happened in Okwama. People from Okwama, they are still in the bush, and the military, they are saying they want to call a round table to discuss. Yesterday, it was only the other villagers that had people there. Nobody from Okwama came because there is no need discussing with those who are doing the killing and who want to be the ones to carry out, their so-called legislation or whatever over the case. This is the problem we have in that zoo. So if you assume that Tinubu is the one holding Nnamdi Kanu, then you might be making a very big mistake. Because Tinubu is not the one ruling Nigeria. I can beat my chest and tell you that. It is the Fulani cabal. Because I don't see why he's taking the fight of Buhari. If it was him that was holding Nnamdi Kanu, he would have washed his hands since. Because Justice Binta Nyako is doing exactly the same thing she did when Buhari was there. You said it here. You called for what? A bail, and she said no. Despite the Supreme Court has said that they were wrong in cancelling the bail of Nnamdi Kanu. The High Court was wrong in revoking the bail of Nnamdi Kanu because Nnamdi Kanu ran away for his life. They came to kill him. In the process, 28 people died in his house. He even lost his father and mother. So the Supreme Court scolded the High Court for revoking his bail. But despite that, you and I know that Justice or whatever her name is, Binta Nyako, she refused to even hear what the Supreme Court said. She said she would not give him bail because even the Kuje prison, she said it was not safe to keep Nnamdi Kanu there. Think about that. That tells you she is working with a script that was prepared for her. Very, very sad.
They're telling Mr. President, you have seen how somebody that was arrested, I'm talking about Wadume, was arrested and he was released. We are talking about to name them, Kabiru Soko, name a lot of them that were released, not to talk about somebody that is fighting for the right of his people simply because you feel that he's an Igbo and you think that you can intimidate him. No.
Now you are talking because they know he's a Biafran man. That's it. Our own sins is unforgivable in that so-called Nigeria, which is why I keep wondering, why do they still want us there when they know they cannot even stand us? Anything we do, they get angry. Sheikh Gumi can say what he wants to say. It is okay. Nobody will disturb him. The Imam can swear and say he will buy the wife of the president. It's okay. Nobody will disturb him, not even the DSS. But the Igwe in Lagos said, please be kind to our business people. They are destroying their properties. They are burning down their business. To the Lagos State Governor, if you cannot protect us and our businesses, perhaps we may have to call the ESN to protect our businesses. Just that statement, that man is still languishing in detention. This is now the 11th month. I am counting on the atrocity they are doing to that man. that somebody, a Biafran man, made a statement. Just for you to utter that word out, they get so angry. Suddenly, there is law functioning in Nigeria. This is the 11th month. The Igwe of Lagos is still languishing in DSS dungeon. But everybody else can say what they want to say. Even Asari Dokubo has immunity. He can brandish an AK-47, a machine gun, live on TV. And nothing happens to him. To the legal team, again I'm saying, worry no more. You've done your best possible in the Zoo Republic for Nnamdi Kanu. I do not see you guys being able to release or free Nnamdi Kanu because you are trying to go against a machine being backed by Britain, being controlled by the Fulani Caliphate. And they don't want to use anything to hear freedom of the Biafrans. So to them, what Nnamdi Kanu is doing is 10 times worse, more than what Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS, Fulani killer headsmen are doing. In fact, the Fulani killer headsmen, they say don't call them terrorists, call them bandits. Just call them bandits. They warned the Zoo media to call them bandits. And they've been doing that. Very, very sad. Listen.
Intimidates anybody because after 8 years, after 4 years or 8 years, as the case may be, you will leave, another person will come. So try and do something so that you have to write your name in the Guinness Book of Record.
Of the story is that at the next adjourned date on 17th April, the cat cannot come before the horse.
Okay.
The horse must come before the cat.
Okay.
And what is the horse? Fair hearing. And the cat is the accelerated hearing. It cannot have any criminal trial without fair hearing. That is the point we are trying to make. And this message is being sent loud and clear to the Federal Republic of Nigeria and to the Nigerian judiciary. Thank you very much for coming, and you have a nice day.
Listen. Okay.
That as we speak to you now, we have not been able to have a conference with our clients. That one is one. As a lawyer, my rules instructed me that for me to enter into a matter, I must have adequate conference with my client in line with the charges. And my client, while having that conference with him, I will make sure that my client is mentally stable and calm for him to tell me the area to go and for me to advise him accordingly.
Okay.
That we never have that opportunity. The reasons being that the prosecutor, the DSSS, one is frustrating our effort to that effect so that they can prove their matter without being challenged and Nnamdi Kanu will be convicted. And we are saying that if Nnamdi Kanu, that opportunity was not given to Nnamdi Kanu, how the opportunity be given to him? Send him to Kuje Correctional Center.
Okay.
We have our reasons. You have the reasons to keep him in
DSS.
In a DSSS. The reason that only you know. But we have our reasons. Where you, the court, has even confirmed that what you are saying is true. We're going by the case of DSSS and Maxwell Opera. And we are now telling you that we cannot, either you transfer him to Kuje Correctional Center or you release him on bail. That's you reinstated his bail as directed by the Supreme Court, or you send him to a private house for house arrest. And I gave instances: Abia State Government House, Imo State Government House, Enugu State Government House, any place that is you are decent, or liaison offices. Or alternatively, because the judge can do anything under Section 6, you can remind him in your house. What we need is a place that will be free. He will look around. He will not be afraid of saying anything. He will be free to give us whatever thing. Because here you said A, and you said, is it true that you do this one? He said yes. You said, okay, we are not going to defend you on this one. You can plead guilty on this. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying. If so, we'll be able to advise him. That we have not done. And I'm telling you that if by the next adjourned date our applications are in, and they work with the prosecution and refuse that application, I said I don't know of others.
Okay.
Cannot go into that trial because it is against the rules of my professional ethics. Because if anything happened, I'll be held liable.
Okay.
Because you are not prepared for trial and you put your...
What was the last...
Because you are not prepared for trial and you put your client on a trial. And I gave you instances. You are a driver.
I will speak briefly on the issue.
Listen out to this man. He made some good points. I love the way he broke it down. Listen to this man. It's a long story, but he made some good points. Let's go. Listen.
Of the rendition of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. We are all aware that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, after the attack on him by the military of the Nigerian government, had to flee Nigeria for his life to Kenya. Unfortunately, in that attack in his hometown at Afaruku, so many people were murdered by the Nigerian military. Not less than 28 persons died on that particular day in the hands of the Nigerian military. And these are young men and women who had no arms on them, who were in a private compound of the late chief of Afaruku. After the attack on the property, killing people, the occupants, including Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, his parents, that's the traditional ruler of Afaruku and the wife, had to flee, amongst other persons that managed to escape. But like we are saying, 28 persons died on that particular day. After that day, so many other people died, including the parents of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And this is as a result of the injuries, the shock that was inflicted on them by the Nigerian military that attacked the compound of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And the Supreme Court in its judgment of 15 December 2023 has confirmed this position, that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's escape was not an escape from justice, but rather was a natural action taken by a human being who is aware that his life is imminently in danger.
Hold it there. You just heard it, that the escape Nnamdi Kanu escaped was because his life was imminently in danger. Because Buhari, that criminal, that man wearing mask, that old dirty idiot, that I cannot wait to lay my hands on him. Anywhere I find that man, I swear to God and man, that mask when they wear will be ripped up his face. Because what that man did shows his true nature. He shows how evil, how wicked that man is. Because of that same man, the great Chuba Okadigbo died. A man who had asthma went on a rally with Buhari. And he was, I believe it was a tear gas. Tear gas were sprayed and Okadigbo died in the process. Despite the death of Chuba Okadigbo, this is how Buhari is paying the people, the children, the siblings, the relatives, the tribe of Chuba Okadigbo. He came with the iron fist. he sent his Fulani killer headsmen. Now you know that the so-called military that went to the home of Nnamdi Kanu, they were Fulani killer headsmen. They went to the home of Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you, our brother, for giving us this analytics. And everybody knows that you are saying the truth and you're making sense at this point in time. Yes, Biafrans, but then that is not true. Because when you see, now that we have seen how lawless they are, we know what they want. And that is what we will give to them. Woto, that is the code. A Prime Minister ma ebe si PDP and on PDP no fuma, and we must continue. Thank you. Welcome back to this channel. God bless you.